Well, hello there. How is everyone doing? Welcome to my weekly Facebook Live show. I'm Jen Burson. I'm the founder of Generation PR and the creator of the Profitable Pro, what are we? PR Pros, Profitable PR Pros Facebook community, and all of our various, sorry, I just ran upstairs. If you can't tell, I'm like, all of our various programs for PR professionals that are designed to help you hone your skills to reach the media, understand the rules of the game so you can play it well and help your clients navigate the ever-changing media landscape. Not dying, evolving, still so much opportunity. And I know this because our team is still landing a lot of media, and our members of the Pitch Lab are sharing their wins, and it's super inspiring, honestly. We just had a call yesterday, actually, for my agency accelerator group, but we shared a lot of like positive wins, and it was really, I was like, okay, yes, like it's not just us and my business, but other members of our programs are really crushing it still, and we strive to stay on top of the changing trends. And this is probably, I was saying, in the last 17 and a half years of running my agency, this last year, or like post COVID, or since the start of the pandemic, we have seen the biggest shifts in the way the media is working right now, what's converting, what's moving the needle, what are they looking for, and how is the media actually working right now. So we shared a lot of those lessons we learned by pitching and by experience, and also by connecting with our editor friends and hearing what they are looking for when they're receiving their pitches, what their directives are at the publication, so that they, basically are able to keep their jobs by creating content that is interesting but also generates revenue. So we talk a lot about that. We see in 2023 affiliate revenue being a huge factor in determining whether your pitches convert to wins. And also, okay, there is a little tiny cat. Hello, that's Callie. Oh, look, we kind of matched today. She's tiny. Okay, softest little girl you've ever seen. Tell me who's here. I'd love to know who's here. But we see that, here she comes again, that affiliate program management might be a very solid and logical service to provide your clients, because there is a lot of crossover now with working with publishers to create those unique affiliate revenue percentages for them. Like they can get a higher percentage than a typical affiliate. Now both cats are here and the dog. This is insane. Hi, Serena. Serena is a member of all of our programs, all of the things except Elevate. We got to get you in our high performance coaching, Serena. I'm just going to move this because the cats are. But yeah, Serena, and she's here all the time. And I just want to reiterate that I always notice a lot of the members of our paid program showing up, and they listen to the podcast, they come here and come to the lives, and they're really committed to their continued education. And we had a conversation yesterday with Jane Morehouse, who is a really seasoned PR veteran in the beauty space. And we were talking about how do you handle the question about ROI when it comes to clients trying to understand how we're measuring PR and how we can justify the value. How do we quantify what's the ROI? And and she's here. And Jane, I'm just kind of stoking you up with this conversation because I thought it was really interesting. Again, Jane has been working in PR, and she's on the other side. She's a media gatekeeper for a well-respected trade publication in the beauty space. So we see it all. She sees the good pitches that are targeted. She sees the spray and praise. We always kind of get a little bit of a when we see those completely off base pitches that have nothing to do with her publication. But she's able to take that industry insider know-how and use it for her clients' benefit. And when we ask the question of the group, how do we address ROI, Jane had an amazing response, and a lot of it has to do with her focus on continued education and also continually educating her clients literally every single month about what PR is, what it is not, what to expect and when, and the combination of earned and owned media being the best and most effective way to get a brand's story out there. And I just pulled up an article to read more about that because I thought it was really interesting. So Jane, thank you for sharing that insight. And I think, we all benefit from hearing how everybody addresses. I mean, we all have gotten that question. Well, tell me about ROI. And some of the responses, God, I have a fuzz in my eye. It's not a surprise with literally like 3 animals roaming around. A lot of the responses from the group kind of hinted at sales, like an increase in sales. And I said, I don't want to be responsible for that at all. I don't even want to hint at the fact that that's a metric that I'm measured against. Hi, Lily. So anyway, really great insights. And that's what we get with this community. And I am just so grateful for this group and having everyone's insights. And oh my God, there's a tiny kitten. I might have to get up. Kelly, come. She is like on the rail. Don't worry, Jane. She's not at the part of the roof where she could fall, but she is walking towards it. I might have to jump up. She's still scaredy. Okay, come in, Kelly. Come here. Here she comes. Good. Okay. So anyway, if you are looking for a solid community, look no further. This Profitable PR Pros group, and then our more kind of intimate focus groups that are members of our programs. No, she's fine. I promise you. She came in. And there's a dog under me. Oh my God, you guys, this is chaos. Is there a cat back here? Oh my God. It's like, what is happening? Our community is just so incredibly solid. It's awesome. And if you need more support from our community, just ask us how you can get more involved and we'll take you through what we can help you do. Okay, so today, I know I spent a lot of time the last few weeks talking through topics around running your business, getting clients, all of the stuff related to growing and scaling your agency. And we had several amazing women enroll for our agency accelerator. And I'm so grateful and excited to support them as they grow their businesses. And now we want to kind of shift to discuss pitching and earned media and landing press with, landing press with your pitches, making them as effective as can be. Hold on, I'm freezing. Hold me one sec. Is not only cold, but also windy. Yay. Okay. So we want to know, are your pitches truly the best they can be? And I'll be on here. I would love to answer any questions you have if you're struggling. I did see inside our Pitch Lab group, we have a member that asked a specific question that had to do with like sort of timing of her pitches because she sent out really great pitches focused on Valentine's Day, but they're not converting yet. So I'd actually love to hear from you. Are you getting any traction for long lead for Valentine's Day yet? We are just starting to pitch that. And I think inside our execution plans in the Pitch Lab, we give you that timing so that you know when to pitch the media and what they're working on. So, so we want to hear from you if you're having any luck there. But today's chat, we're going to talk through 7 major mistakes to avoid while pitching your niche's key editors. Also, how to make your pitches really engaging and enticing to the freelancers and journalists and writers that move the needle for you. I'm assuming that thumbs up means you're getting Valentine's Day traction. So, and then of course, like the follow-up, it's so important. We always have this fear of like, I'm annoying them. And if they're interested, they'll get back to me, but I kind of need to nudge them a little bit. Why following up is such a crucial part of this pitching process. And I will say, Hi, Chelsea. Okay, I have clients who haven't decided what they're offering for. Oh, Jane, come on. Hi, Kelly. These are all members of our programs, you guys. I love it so much. So, and Kelly was on the call. And Chelsea, I wrote you back. I hope you got it. I know I dragged. I was in the middle of our launch. Whoops. Anyway, so we know that top tier press is always the client's goals, and it's not. Hi, Lola. She's literally, Chelsea got her claws on my legs like this. I think she wants to go for a walk, and it's just too cold. That is such a bummer. Oh my God. You'll hear her. She wants to walk. But so we know landing press in top tier outlets is our clients' goals. It's always our goals. Like, we love that. But it's not always an easy feat. It is obviously possible and possible for all of us, but a lot of this process, it's out of our control. So we need to set ourselves up for success as much as we can, as best as possible when we reach out to our contacts. So you can't just write a pitch. You can't go out. It's too cold, Lola. Write a pitch, send it, and hope that you get a high quality placement after just one kind of easy send. There are 7 mistakes that you seriously need to be aware of so you can avoid them when pitching journalists. Stop scratching me. So 7 mistakes that you're making possibly with your pitches to journalists and editors that might be making your pitches DOA, dead on arrival. So the first one is, and I'm sure Jane, as an editor on the other side, can tell us, like, yes, this is common, but number 1, your pitches are not engaging. You have to get your pitch writing skills in check. It should be, God, these cats and dogs, in, out, all day long. Open the door, close the door, let me in, let me out. Your writing has to be complete, concise, accurate, direct, but also engaging. And you don't want to waste space or bandwidth on fluff or beating around the bush, because you'll lose your audience immediately. They're incredibly busy. Their inboxes are flooded. They need to know, what is this? What is the point of this? What do you need me to do? What am I supposed to consider here? Right out of the gate. And if you fill it with fluff, you're going to lose them. So tell your story concisely and tell it well, and it should stand out amongst a sea of emails in that editor's inbox. So you want an attention-grabbing subject line. Obviously, we know that, but you just need to focus on getting the editor to open your email. That's it. So it's not like you have to summarize the entire message in some punchy way where they're like, blown away. It just is like, entice them to open it. What's in there? What are they going to learn about? What's in it for them? Just something really attention grabbing that gets them to click and open, and that's it. And we also have like a really killer resource inside the Pitch Lab that'll help you write attention grabbing subject lines no matter your niche. We have some proven formulas for writing subjects, and we even show inside the winning pitch vault that we have, all of our members that are interested in having their pitches featured will submit their winning pitches. So you see the actual pitch, the subject line, you see the final media feature that resulted from that pitch. And there is some story that we share about the back and forth. What did the journalist ask for? What did how did you follow up? So you literally see from beginning to end what a pitch that got the yes looks like, and we organize it by niche. And I thought that was extremely helpful. It's something that I always wished to see when I was, starting out in PR, and even now, it's so helpful to see pitches that get the yes. So, we know that, so the Winning Pitch Vault has these subject lines, and we have a resource about pitching writing subject lines in the Pitch Lab. But we know that editors are far more likely to just chuck your pitch in the garbage if the subject line doesn't catch their attention, or your pitch is boring or poorly written or long and lame, okay? This one, I feel like Jane is going to say amen. Number 2 is sending out spray and pray pitches. This is like you are a total media outsider. You don't get it. You're haphazard and hasty. Personalization is everything. So sending out the same pitch to dozens of editors is lazy and will not land you press. Oh, awesome. The vault helped me so much at the end of last month. And you've been converting like crazy, right, Kelly? So tell us, maybe you have a specific example, or, how did it help you? Let us know, because I love hearing that feedback. I don't actually get a lot of feedback all the time on the vault because it's kind of like a bonus, but it's so good. And I know it's the number one thing that people ask us is like, I want to see winning. I want to see a good pitch. Like, can you show me what a good pitch looks like? And it's not just from me, it's from all, members of our community in different niches. And there's like dozens of them in there. I don't know how many. Worse than sending out spray and pray, telling me, oh, okay, well, you're on my list, so just ignore what doesn't apply. What? Ugh, that is so lazy. It's awful. We know you need to tailor your pitches to the exact editor, their beat, the publication, who their audience is. You have to acknowledge that you have that awareness. Because savvy editors like Jane and others can spot those spray and pray pitches from a mile away. And they will delete your email and block. And Jane just put it in the comments, block. They're going to delete you and block you. And now you just lost the entire opportunity to land a possible feature in a relevant publication for your clients forever, for any other clients in the future. It's so lazy. What you want to do is establish a connection with the editor, with your pitch, probably even well before that. Hey girl, probably even well before that, so that you're just sharing their work, you're becoming familiar with them, you're letting them see you, and you are being a helper, you're adding value before you ask for anything. So you want to establish that connection with the editor, with your pitch, and make sure that they know that that email is for them and only them. It's not a generic, hey, here's everything I have, just pick and choose what works for you. No. It's so easy to get a feature in my magazine if you approach me with what's in it for my audience. Me. Okay, write that, please. Yeah, so easy. Make it easy for the editor, for the journalist, the freelancer, the writer, whatever it is. Make it easy for them. So easy. So, can't you interview so-and-so? No, just write it up. What do you want us to say? Some people do want to interview, but not always. And they can easily get what they need by having you write up the content. And she can edit what isn't a fit. 99% of the way it should be there, and then she can trim it down or whatever. But so that's 2, and I knew that would resonate with you specifically, Jane, because she gets so many of them. And I will say I'm on the receiving end of a lot of pitches too, because I'm the media contact in databases like Cision and some other ones for 2 websites that I have supported in the past. One was a baby and kids website, and one was a party planning resource. And it's very interesting because I'm on the receiving end of pitches from PR professionals that are so lazy, so generic. They have no idea what publication they're pitching. And I will tell you, and this is encouraging, that out of 100, I would say 5 are targeted and clear, that they have a sense of who I am, they know what the focus is of the publication, and they are targeting something that makes me feel that they know their thing is a good fit, because they're referencing other things and giving real, authentic information that shows that they know what's up. Think about that. That's 5%. 5 to 10%. And Jane, let me know if you're in agreement with that. Maybe yours is different because it's trade, but something tells me that makes it probably worse because it's off topic, but that should be encouraging for you, because if you're doing anything at all to personalize and make sure that your pitch is relevant and you implement all of these changes to the mistakes, Jane says completely. You guys think about that. Yes, there's a lot of PR pros and it's a crowded industry, but the good ones are scarce. No one understands trade or channel. Yeah. Because hers is very specific in the beauty industry. It's not like a consumer interest, but I find it every time I get a bad pitch, I just like pat myself on the back and say, yet another one that's lazy and not making an effort to do it the right way. So let that encourage you. Number 3 is following up with additional edits or not following up at all. So we know you should always follow up with media contacts after you've pitched them. You can check in and make sure they've seen your pitch. Ask if they need any additional information that will help them with their writing process. And if you've already followed up, you haven't received a response, I suggest 2 things. One is that you move on to a different editor at the same publication with that idea if you're sure it's timely, relevant, targeted, and you're strategically sending it to somebody who is also the right contact for that type of content. Or you change your pitch and come up with a new idea, a new angle altogether, and pitch that new writer sometime later, or pitch the same original writer sometime later. So you either take that great pitch, you find someone else at the same publication that still writes for that relevant topic, or you go back to that original writer if you're confident that their article, their beat, their content that they write is the perfect fit for your client. Find another idea, but definitely follow up at least once, sometimes twice, if you're not annoying and maybe you have a relationship with them and it's okay to kind of check in twice. But if you've already followed up, find another writer or come up with another angle. And then once your article is published, do not okay, only reach out to say thank you. That's it. You should never follow up with unnecessary edits that you want the journalist to make. If the client is like, oh, well, we wish that they linked here, they have reasons why they're linking. If the link is broken, that's fine. If it's, incorrect information, because a lot of times now they're not fact checking, sometimes you will not have it corrected. But I would say that it is worth asking if it's inaccurate information. If you want the image change, you have updated photography or different links or SEO keywords or phrases or certain things that they left out altogether, they are not going to change that. It's not your article. It is not your client's article. They wrote it that way for a reason, especially linking. They want to link to the place where they're going to make the most money. End of story. So if your client's like, wow, they didn't link to our website, well, guess what? The commission they're getting somewhere else is more favorable, or it's a top-down directive that they have to link out to one of your retailer's websites versus your website. If you follow up, and here's what I want you to do, is if your clients ask you to do that, unless it's inaccurate information, a broken link or something like that, say no. You say, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And don't act entitled about it. Absolutely no. It's totally a bridge burner. No. Absolutely. And Kelly has also been on the broadcast side, on the other side of the pitch. So your clients need to realize that your contacts are not solely for their benefit. You have a niche and you work with these contacts consistently for all of your clients. So if you have one client that insists on something that you as the expert know is not an acceptable thing to ask about, and you burn that bridge because this client is being a jerk, and I had a client like this, and I had to say, I am not doing that. That is not how it works, and that's not how the game is played. And she said, then you need to change the rules of the game. And hello, Callie. She said, we are, do you think Gucci can't call and ask for updates to the things that they want? I'm like, well, Gucci spends millions of dollars with these publications on advertising and you don't. And she said, you need to make us the Gucci of the baby industry. And I was like, you need to make your way off our client roster because you suck, right? I'm not going to do what a client says, knowing that it's going to burn my really valuable bridges that are part of what makes us so sought after for other clients. There's just no way. So push back. Please feel confident and comfortable to push back. You're the expert. You can always be super nice about it and say, I can try, but I will tell you it's not going to happen. And then don't try. Then write the Gucci check, babe. Yes, exactly. You're like, please. So keep that in mind. You get to push back and know that you can't ask for those changes. They will not do them. Number 4 is including attachments. Just don't do it. Always include additional things embedded in the body of your email, not as attachments. And that will get pushed to a journalist spam filter. Attachments just kind of trigger that spam. And we know that a lot of journalists, they'll read their messages on the go, on their iPhone, or, maybe with their own, internet bandwidth. Maybe it's not fast, and this attachment that you included is really big, and it's like, flooding their network, whatever it is, it's slowing down their network. It is much easier to access something that's right in the body of the email than something that they have to download, and then they're like, where does it go? And it also just could potentially trigger your thing getting bounced to spam. And if you want to attach a document with additional info, you either have to work that information into your pitch or send the document in a Google Drive link or a Dropbox. And you want to ensure that your sharing permissions on those links are correct so that the journalist does not have any issue accessing the file. Because if it's set to only people in your organization or they have to request access, you're done. They're not going to do that. So make sure that you update those sharing permissions. And if you're confused about how to do that, we show that inside the Pitch Lab too, just because it's in Google Docs, it's very simple. And I think they've actually updated it to make it a lot easier to see how the sharing permissions are working. It used to be like other, you'd have to click like a link that said other, and then you'd have to go in and choose a drop down and say like edit or comment or read only. But even then, the default setting was, only people in my organization can access this document. So if you don't change it, they're going to struggle and your pitch will get deleted. Number 5 is reaching out to the wrong journalist. Huge mistake. And you may have the most killer, awesome pitch, but it is not going to work if you don't send it out to the right people. So you have to do your research before pitching to make sure that that publication and that writer, that journalist, lines up with your client's target audience and that you're really sure you're pitching the right journalist. Because again, we're going to be targeted when we send out our pitches, and you might be inclined to reach out to as many people as possible. Spray and pray, but that's not an effective way to land press. Make sure that the journalists you're pitching are genuinely covering that topic. They're genuinely interested in your client's niche or that type of product or service, and that they haven't covered that exact angle before. And if they have, is this a new spin on it? Is this different? It's like they're probably going to write follow-up pieces as information evolves as they move along in their business, in their writing. They'll say, okay, well, that was a couple months ago and there's some new developments, or here's like another spin on it. Don't ever ask can you hear that? My dog was like, oh, she's still going. She's like, Lola, you okay? Okay, I think that's a sleeping sound. If you your clients always see, it's so annoying when you don't get an article that comes out and they could have been in it, and they'll say, can you write to this writer and ask us to be edited? Nope, you cannot do that. Do not ever do that. You will do nothing except piss off that writer. So the other side of that is, don't ask to add your clients, and don't send them an identical idea that includes your clients because they already wrote it. Come up with a new spin on it. And again, don't just spray and pray at that publication. Make sure that they're you're pitching journalists who want to hear about your client's niche or their service or product, and that they haven't covered it in that way before. Okay, do not ever ask them to change their article to include your client. Number 6 is asking for too many SEO specifics. So if you include SEO keywords and phrases in your pitches so that they show up in your clients, will pop up in their inboxes if they search it, that's a good idea. That's it. But asking journalists to use those keywords or phrases in their article is not okay. They are there to write and not to repeat your client's marketing materials verbatim. So a lot of times the outlets will determine what SEO keywords or phrases that the journalist will need to use in their piece. And if you request certain words, that can mean that your pitch gets tossed. And that goes for SEO links too. Outlets have their own standards for linking, and it's especially relevant right now with affiliate marketing. And you can include your client's website and affiliate links in your pitch, but what gets included in the piece is up to the outlet. And if you want to learn more about how to incorporate affiliate marketing in your pitches, we actually have 2 masterclasses on the subject inside of the Pitch Lab that are incredibly helpful, especially not the one I taught, which was great, a really good overview, like very, very good overview, very eye-opening, but the one where we chatted with Bryce Gruber, who you all know, who is so generous with her insights for PR professionals to understand how they're writing content that converts to revenue through affiliate marketing. We had just a one-on-one with her that was wonderful and super informative. But one other thing I will say is the SEO. So you understand, you can put some keywords in there if they're searching their inbox for like travel tips or best luggage or something like that. But if you start to include anchor text, which is literally like the words best luggage, and then you highlight it and you include a link, that's really annoying to journalists as well, because a lot of times they just want to copy and paste, and they have to go back in and delete all of those anchor text links that you included, and it's super annoying to them. So try not to do that. I had another tip about affiliate links. Let me see if I can jog my memory here. The SEO. Oh, this was it. So a lot of times the outlets will determine what SEO keywords or phrases that they need to use in their piece. One of the things that we know from chatting with Bryce and other conversations I've had with editors now is they're looking for gaps in search. So they're looking for high search volume and low search results. So when I say high search volume, it's 50 to 100,000 searches on certain keywords a month, but not a lot of results are coming in for that topic. So they see that as a gap where they can rank really high in the search, in the search results, and create content around a solution that's product centric. And now those 50 to 100,000 searches will return their content top of the search, and your products and their affiliate revenue, sales go up because they're looking for those gaps. So you may think you want to rank, Lola. You may think you want to rank for certain keywords because that's what your SEO team says and that's what your Google, team or whatever says, but they're looking for low competition on certain SEO keywords. So they're going to write it in a way that capitalizes on that gap that they can monetize. that's a big part of this game. So keep that in mind. And the last one that I have for you is pitching just to pitch. That is when you're sort of just sending out pitches because you haven't done so in a while and you're reminding them of your client and there's nothing that's a story or an angle. You have to be discerning with the pitches that you send out to the media, and you do not have to pitch every bit of news coming from your client's business. Sometimes it's just not newsworthy. It's not relevant. The fact that they get a new CMO, media's not going to care. Maybe you do a press release. Honestly, it's not that press release worthy either, but announcing that they have a new package for some product, like the idea of new packaging news, the idea about the media caring about new packaging is insane. They don't care. But if it is, you want to help the consumers understand whether the product formulation changed or if it's the same old formula that they know and love, you can sort of use the new packaging as a talking point to say, yes, the packaging is updated, fresh new look, but the products perform just as they always have, that the consumers love. But they're not going to write a story about the fact that you have new packaging. It's just not going to happen. So when a client says, oh, we want to help, you to help us share our new packaging with the media, it's really about landing features, talking about the products and including new images of the beautiful updated packaging. So you're getting visibility and consumers start to realize, oh, my products are the same, but I know what to look for on the shelf now that looks a little different. So rather than or if it's a new formulation, which the bottle will say, explain how it changed, why it changed, how it's better. But packaging updates, rebrand, they don't care. It's not anything that's worthy. So you have to push back on that. Some news just isn't big enough for a pitch and would be better suited maybe to a different time of year. We know timing is everything. We look for timely, relevant, targeted pitch angles. That's what we teach inside our pitch lab. And then you also want to avoid jumping on trends just to get your name into the conversation if it's not a fit. We talked about newsjacking a couple weeks ago. We know newsjacking is a really great strategy, but it's not effective if you're latching onto a trend that just doesn't fit your client. It doesn't work for them. And also if it seems opportunistic. So only pitch for trends that align with your client's products, their services, their brand identity, clarifying the trend and how your client's products are they're better or better. One of the what I'm trying to get at, I swear there's a point here. I have a client that's an LED face mask company. They are the top of the market in terms of price point, and they're the only company that has FDA clearance to make the claims on the efficacy of their devices on fine lines and wrinkles and acne. Huge. And no other companies out there have that FDA clearance to make those claims. So you don't know what you're getting in terms of the LED lights and the number of them, the intensity and the range of the waves that you're getting with the red and the blue. So the point is that not all LED masks are the same. And so we are spending a lot of time educating the media on those differences because, just because a mask is $400 and you find one that looks similar for $99, they do not perform the same. They absolutely do not perform the same. And so we talk a lot about the missing regulation and the claims that are made are not, really FDA cleared, and we're the only one on the market that can say that. And this is like a highly unregulated space. And so we spend a lot of time on education around that. So that's a trend that we see And instead of just saying like, we're an LED face mask too, we're saying, the trend is LED is effective, but here is what you need to know to make the right choice. You see what I'm saying? It's like taking that trend and then making it your own to differentiate your clients from what else is on the market. Capiche? Can you hear these animals? They're like, ugh. And the cats, oh my God. Okay, so that's what I have for you in terms of the 7 mistakes that you're making with your pitches. When you're writing to journalists and editors, there are so many others, but if you are ready to up-level your pitching strategies, turn yourself into a pitching powerhouse, we have this PR Insider Secrets Guide that will give you the scoop on the secret sauce strategies from 10 expert PR professionals. These are all successful women inside of our programs. And I will also mention that one of the programs that we recently launched, and we are running a beta group right now, that is so incredible. I love it, love it, love it so much. I get to chat with them every single week. I have an Elevate group coaching experience that's focused on helping you become a high performance master. And it's centered around all of the areas of your life in terms of, goal setting and being productive, being influential among your colleagues, your family, your, children, your friends, like in a positive way, mastering your psychology, your physiology to just up level your performance and become a high, just focusing on high performance. And it is a 12-week weekly group coaching experience. It's been incredible. I love this program. I am a certified high performance coach, and I would love to take you through that process and work with you directly, with a really small group. And the difference here, because I've heard a lot of our members say that they have, hi, Sally. So I'm talking about, and I think Jane, Sally, Kelly, you guys would be great for it. It's kind of that next level. But, and who else is here? And Chelsea, oh my gosh, absolutely. Oh, look at you guys with the hearts. Hi. And Serena, if you're still here. Lily, if you're still here. But it is for our members who, the key is that we're all working towards the same goal. So rather than getting in there with a bunch of people who are like doing different things, or like one's a life coach and one is like running a software company, we're all women that are working towards, and of course men are invited, they don't come, that's fine. We're working towards building businesses that support the kind of lives that we want to have. We are here to put ourselves first. We're here to focus on making our dreams come true, setting great examples for our children. We laser in on your why, that can become your North Star, and walk you through some hard questions you've probably never asked yourself to get you to places where you're blocked or places where there's room for growth, to really understand gain clarity. Clarity is like where we start because it's so important. Gain clarity around your goals, your what you want to put into practice in your life, and really understanding how to move the needle all the time to make those things happen. And it's awesome. It's by application only, and then we'll walk through. We give you some, even on the call where we discuss like whether it's a fit and all that. Clarity, baby, we got to get clear. What are your goals for your business, for your personal life? How can we bring more energy and vitality to the things we're doing every day? Just showing up, and just little things that have made such a difference for me. Little like triggers, like memory triggers for how I show up when I'm engaging with my family, how I'm showing up for my children, my relationships, my marriage, making sure that we're aligned and that I'm like the right partner to my husband in that moment. What does he need from me, and how can I show up and be that for him? And I'm walking my husband through this coaching experience too, and he loves it. We have lasered in on one of his like biggest desires in our family, and I'm helping him, really kind of form deeper connections with our children because they're both totally different and their needs are totally different, and they have quirks, and they also don't always understand each other. So how do we show up as the kind of parents that our children each individually need in that moment, or to help them grow? I mean, they're 10 and 12. My 12-year-old's like staring down the barrel of puberty, and we're just like, oh my God. Oh, you should see. Wait, I have to show you. He would just kill me. But he got his class picture. And when I tell you, I have a picture of his picture, but let me see if I can laser in. When I tell you this is a pile of hair with a smile. Okay, are you ready for this? I was just like, what is that? It is a pile of hair with a smile. What? What a cute smile, but look at that hair. He would not let me cut it. And it is like the biggest mop I've ever seen. It looks like a Lego piece. You just snap into place. That's my 12-year-old. Isn't that cute? He's so cute. He's on the spectrum, but he's super high functioning and amazing. But his needs are totally different than my neurotypical son. And we always try to understand them and their needs. Isn't that funny? I know, isn't that so funny? Sally's like, oh my God. He came out with that hair. He was like a Monchichi when he was born. He had so much hair. But, oops. We have since swoopy bangs, and it looked like a Lego, Angela. Isn't that cute? His little smile is so cute. He's a middle schooler now, so it's just a whole new ball game. But thank you, Serena. But yeah, so, that if you're interested in the high performance group coaching, you want to learn more about it. It has been such an amazing experience. We're about 2 weeks from wrapping up the whole, I think 10, 11, 12, we're 3 weeks out, and I'm going to be filling up the next cohort. I'd love for you guys to, thanks, Sally. I'd love for you guys to consider it or ask questions if you are interested in learning more about it. It's so awesome. I love it. It was the next logical offering for our community, and I wanted to become certified so that I could give you guys a proven process that's research backed and data backed from 6 or 7 years of targeted research at the university level, UCSB, which I love, but that is put into practice by some of the world's billionaires and top CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, Olympic athletes. Like, this process works, and I would love to guide you through it from the perspective of we're all trying to build our businesses, and let's have a well-rounded life, business, work-life integration. This is that next step. And so it's called Elevate. If you're interested, hit me up, let me know. You can send us a DM, let me know on Instagram. There's an application. I'd love to get on the phone and chat through it with you. And we'll go from there, probably starting early next year. So we kick off the new year the right way. But if you have any questions about anything else, let me know. And I'm going to paste in here again our download PR Insider secret so that you can up-level your pitching and land stellar wins for your clients. Anybody have any questions for me? I will stay on for a minute. It is so cold. My fire is on. My animals are all snuggling. I know I'm a little delayed, so I'll wait a second just to make sure if you type something, I don't miss it. But I love seeing you guys here. Thank you so much, and thanks for participating in my Agency Accelerator launch last week. I'm so grateful for the new members of our program, and oh my gosh, I'm just so excited. Like, every time I get to support somebody in their business, or they, oh my God, it's 75 in Cleveland. It is so friggin' cold here. How cold is it? I wonder if I can figure this out. Oops. It is 61, which is for us cold because it's also windy. Lola doesn't like it. I don't know if you could hear her, but anyway. All right, guys. Well, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here. Hit me up if you're interested. Oh God, Angela. Wow, that's cold. That sounds so cold. I finally got to put on my cozy grandpa sweater, and I'm wearing jeans and they're not comfortable. I can't believe I used to wear jeans every single day. Like, what am I doing? But yeah, changing out all my, strapless jumpsuits to my long sleeve denim jumpsuits. So you'll see a lot of jumpsuits lately. But stay cozy, Angela. Enjoy that beautiful weather in Cleveland, Jane. Thank you guys so much for being here. Mwah. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you here next week. Ciao.